Hello Summoners, and welcome back to League Inspections. Today we are following a support Taric, the Gem Knight. Now support Taric is all about the Razzle Dazzle. Is also about the supporting. Supporting is very important. Supporting is a interesting role. The role of the support is to protect the AD carry. This is not new information to anyone, but I like to see it's a lot like being a parent. You look after your child. You look after all your children, in fact. Yes, you've got to look after the 4 members of the team, but really, as every parent will say, there is a favourite child, and that child is the ADC. So in this case, I'm paired up with a Draven, and this Draven's a pug. So everyone else in the game I know, except for any Janie, which I do not know. So any Janie, when you're doing a pickup ADC, as a support, you're never quite sure how good your AD carry is going to be, and nor are you sure of their style. Are they aggressive? Are they super aggressive? Are they going to take risks? Are they very safe? How good are they at last hitting? Will they try to push the lane? So that's the first thing you sort of got to analyze with any ADC. What is he doing? And this is as much important as what your ADC is doing as to what you're doing, because you need to know what he's going to do. You need to know if he's going to be paying attention. Because if you get a stun off that can be a kill, but he's off doing something else completely different, he's not going to know. And likewise, how are you? I mean, if you're passive and he's aggressive, then you're going to have that little bit of a weird mismatch where you're going to start thinking both each other are bad. So that's something you've got to watch out for. So this Draven, not bad. He's doing okay. He's getting his last hits. We've been pushed to the tower, which probably means their Ashe is a lot more aggressive. But that's fine. And so I'm just throwing out the stuns wherever possible, just to sort of slow them down. But overall, the stuns aren't that useful. And in comes the first gank. From a Diana. Here she comes. Now, everyone's sort of on the ball on this one. We go in, and a Dazzle goes down. Damage goes down. And 2 kills go to Draven. Excellent. That's what we always want to see. As a parent, that's all you ever want to see, is your ADC getting all the kills. So, that's good. Now, I've given my child their first bike, and they can, learn to ride with the Harley Davidson crew. As, all children want to do. And so I come back into lane. Here I come. Very proud of my child. He's got his first kill. Babby's first kill. It's always important. Really, the idea of support is you want your AD carry to do very well until after a while you don't need to look at them anymore. Which is exactly the same as that you want from any other child. You want to look after your child until you never want to see their face again. I would be a terrible parent for that very reason. But Draven's doing alright. Give him a couple of heals and he'll just be right as rain. But he still hasn't gone back and spent that gold. But that's okay. So you got to remember, even though he's got those kills, he's not going to be the best he can. So he just continues doing his farming. That's great. And we're just continuing to try and harass the enemy. You'll see that I'm trying to be in front of him. So to either, to try and either take those arrow volleys, which I completely didn't that time, or to just generally be in the way. And in comes another Diana. This is why you don't want to push your lane too hard, because this will keep happening. Diana will keep coming in, you'll keep getting killed. If you're going to push your lane, have wards. Do they have wards? They've got 1 ward, but Diana happened to come in away from the tri-bush, so it was okay. And this time I got the kill. Now this is part of Razzle Dazzle Taric. Razzle Dazzle Taric doesn't mind getting kills. No, let's go back to Taric. Jeez, game. Razzle Dazzle Taric is still supporty, but at the same time, he doesn't mind getting a few kills, because he's not building pure support, he's also building some APC. But it tends to be sort of support ability power. I think ability power carry is a little bit of a misdemeanor. That's not what he's doing. But of course, so we've gone back and built a couple of items. We've got a Philosopher's Stone and a Crystalline Flask. That's great. So you always need that Crystalline Flask. It'll really help you out. I think Crystalline Flask is probably one of the first items you're wanting to build. I think after the fourth or so charge, you tend to be in a situation where it's actually paid for itself. And by the fourth charge, you've got 6 charges available. So that's good as well. And I'm coming back. I was trying to save mid lane, but nothing I could do. Mid lane was too pushed. That's a bit of a problem with Yi, AP Yi, but it's okay. And so sometimes you just need to stun a minion. That's definitely something you shouldn't be stunning. So just trying to stay in front. Putting down the ward in there. I think this ward right here is very good as ward here. Only at the start of the game when they could be going into there. But since they don't have a jungler, I'm not being so aggressive as my warding is normal. And because of that, I haven't started off with a sight stone. Usually I'd start off with a sight... Oh, hang on, do we have a kill? No. But, you know, they're not looking too happy either. So anyway, as I was saying, usually I like to start off with a sight stone. Oh, now we've got to have a kill. This is a kill, definitely. And Razzle Dazzle Taric takes another kill. If the situation was different, like if this was a more serious game, like ranked, I probably wouldn't try to get so many kills. But, no, game. But because it's not a serious game, like I'm quite happy to get a few kills. And I actually say to Draven, you know, I apologise for taking the kills, because some AD carries get quite upset when you take their kills. Because, hey, it's understandable. A strong AD carry will win the game. But if all your kills are on one person, you do tend to have a problem of all the kills are on one person. I think I looked at that yesterday's video. Well, not yesterday's. Last video. The Olaf video. Or maybe I was just talking about it with my friends. I don't know. Either way. So I'm pushed out of there. I was getting some good presence there, but then Ashe comes in and just ruins it with her sight arrow, hawk shot. It's definitely really nice to know that you don't need to worry about a jungler, which is also weird why they're pushing so hard. If you're going to push so hard, you know, you've got to know that they don't have a jungler. Really, we should be the ones pushing that hard. Because, you know, you're pushing that hard, you got to know that someone's not coming behind you. Oh, was this the first tower? I don't know. APE's Alpha Strike is hilarious. I love it. So because they're dead, I decided to push the lane just to hopefully make sure they don't get as... they lose out on some experience. As support, I like to do that, just to make sure that when my AD carry's gone back, just to make sure things are cool when he comes back. So now I pick up my Sightstone and some boots. Boots... They've kind of weakened boots lately because they increase the move speed of everyone, but decrease the move speed of the boots, so it's not as important. But, you know, you still want them. That movement speed's still going to save your life. And we've had a lane swap. We've had Ashe come down, and we've had Garen... No, Ashe go up and Garen come down. I guess Ashe was sick of dying 4 times. So, Garen's come down thinking maybe he can do something about that. Which, that's a valid idea. I mean, it's certainly a thing, but now they don't have any ranged carries down here, which is kinda gonna help us a lot. But they're trying it. You know, I can't blame them for trying it. I mean, when you're down, you've got to start trying things. You can just say, hey, everybody farm, but there comes a time where the enemy's not going to let you just farm. And so Ashe is going top. Hopefully Kha'Zix and Ashe can do well up there. And it's just a standard lane swap. However, just by glancing at this, I don't think Ashe is going to do very well up there either. Now I just want to explain Taric's ult just for a moment when this calms down. Okay, so Taric's ult is Radiance. He does damage, AoE magic damage. Also, he increases the attack damage and ability power of himself and his allies. So, Taric is very much all about AoE buffs. He's got his armor thing called Shatter, so he increases armor of everyone around him. That's great. He's got his heal, not really an AoE thing, but it's there. So he's got the Radiance and he's got Shatter, which increases damage and armor. Also with Shatter, he can use Shatter to shatter, which reduces enemies' armor. so he can also provide an AoE,
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
not buff, what? I've lost the word. He can cause an AoE disruption, which is good. So I like to make sure that I keep on that with basically having a lot of AoE stuff. So I think the first item I build is not an AoE thing like I was saying, but it's actually Twin Shadows. And we'll look at that when we get there, because Twin Shadows I think is actually pretty underutilized, because I like it. And again, just make sure you're there for your AD carry. Throw him a heal just in case the Ignite kills him. Remember, heal doesn't do as well when they're ignited, but you still got to try. You know, don't give up on your heal just because he's ignited. If the little bit of healing that you do while he's ignited saves him, heal him. He's your son after all. You got to save your son. That's very important. Always save your son. Meanwhile, you've got to kill their son, or their daughter in some cases, and their mother or father. It's exactly what it should be. It's like a sports dad, you know, go out there and kill him, son. Except, in this case, you're actually saying, go out there and kill them. So, maybe sports dads don't do that, I don't know. I was never a sporting sort of person. But, you know, I'm sure if I was a sporting person, my father would tell me to go out there and kill them. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't, but let's just say for the idea that he would say that. Another nice thing about Taric is his ult comes up every 60 seconds or so. It's 56-second cooldown. It's great. Exactly what you want to see. So because that cooldown is fairly quick, you can use it quite often. You can pretty much use it every fight, because you don't tend to get a fight like all the time. Okay, so now that we've got bottom lane, Draven decides to go to mid, and I follow him because, you know, he's my son after all. You know, he's my mustached son, and we must follow him. Crazy-eyed, crazy-mouthed, mustached son. Okay, so we've got 4 of them here. This is kind of bad. We probably want to pull back out of this, because as soon as they get some disruption, we could be dead. But we've got support, so we're okay now. Okay, and we get sort of the first team fight situation. And we start off fairly well. My son gets another kill. Good work, Draven. You are the best son a support father could ask for. And we're at the tower. So a 4v5 at the tower, not always the safest situation to be in. And by that I mean, it's not safe at all. But overall we do okay, I think. 3 kills for 2, not bad. 4 kills for 2, significantly worse. Maybe I'll just leave now. So, the enemy's daughter, also known as AD Carry, got 3 kills. That's not what we wanted to see happen, but we're still confident that our son is better. That was kind of fun. They just fire a shot into there, and I'm just like, oh, hi guys. I'm just chilling out here. And that is what I call giving them the old Razzle Dazzle. So Taric, because he's support, everyone thinks he can't do damage. But, you know, he gets his Radiance up, he deals 250 damage base, he gets an extra 50 damage in ability power, this is level 2 of course. Gets a Shatter, that's another 300 damage or so, because you got the ability power increase. And then you just auto-attack them to death. And it's amazing, it actually works really well. Of course, you need the gold for that to happen. Now, you just saw the ghosts. Twin Shadow has been built. And I like Twin Shadow. It gives me movement speed, it gives me ability power, and it gives me a bit of magic resist to stop the burst damage killing me instantly. So, I don't know, I've been building Twin Shadows a lot lately, and it does really well for me. So I'm going to keep building that. And Death Train situation. So we run, just stunning whoever we can on the way out, but like all death trains, if you stop before you're safe, you die. That's how death trains work. Nothing's changed there. So that's fine. Thankfully, we've got people at the tower, so the tower doesn't go down. But if you're running from 3 or 4 people, the best idea, I would say, from looking at that, is don't stop to stun one of them. Because if you stop to stun one of them, there's still 2 or 3 people coming at you. If you've got one person chasing you and you stun him to run further, that might be worth it. But 1, no. That's bad. It's a bad idea. Oh, and Darius rather, our second favourite son, is doing fairly well as well. So, I always like Darius. He's got a really good slam jam going on there. Twin Shadows was not used. Hang on, let's look at that Twin Shadows. Was there a good time to use that Twin Shadows just then? So we're at the tower. We're not really going anywhere. Yeah, that wasn't the right time to use Twin Shadows. But I mean, that's good. It's good to see a bad Twin Shadows, because you know you can get those better. You really want to use Twin Shadows if you're running, or if you're running into them or away from them. You never want to use it just because you're at a tower. It does no damage. Okay, my 2 sons are doing well. What? How did Kha'Zix not die? I've got to look at that again. Okay, so admittedly I should not have been that far in. I sort of got to a point that I was like, I'm going to die here anyway. Oh, he went invisible. Kha'Zix, you sneaky bug rat. See ye. We knew you well. Okay. So this tower's probably in trouble now. They've got 3 up against the low-level Darius. You know, we didn't see that final hit coming, but I can't say I'm surprised by it. That's okay. This is League Inspections. It's not my job to look at others play. Unless I'm being support, in which case I have to look at the ADC and whoever I'm fighting with. But you can place blame all you like, but there's no reason to. So I won't place blame. I'll just continue being my radiant self. Now, with a ward here, you're pretty much safe for the dragon kill. So if you're safe for the dragon kill, you should just take it. It's 1,000 gold for the team. That puts you up quite a bit. I mean, the gold difference right now isn't that big a difference, so this game could still go either way. I don't know when the gold difference becomes a big difference. I think when it starts getting to like 5k or 10k, but again, another bad Twin Shadows. And the ult was used outside of a fight. I like that flash, but the situation is really bad. Let's just go back a second. How did I get into that situation? Right, everyone peeled off, but I was trying to go around this way. Okay, that's fine. It's good to see that. Darius goes for another slam jam. Ah, it was a death train, except not down the lane. Okay. Sometimes it was a derailed death train. They are the most dangerous of death trains. And Janna goes out alone. Janna is not the tankiest. She has problems going out alone. I just throw out a ward just to see... You know, I like these ward positions. Hang on. This ward position here, and respectively the one over here, is really good once the first tower goes down. Because without that tower, they can easily come around. So if you're defending, this ward is good because that stops a really good attack position. And if you're attacking, here allows you to know if they're trying to defend. I might even go so far as to say a pink ward might not be bad there, because if they lose that ward, they lose a great deal of visibility. And you get a really nice sneak attack place. So if you can throw a pink ward down there, I would actually say it's probably a good ward to place. Or definitely if you've got an oracles. Even though very few people buy oracles these days, oracle seems to be the item you buy if you're stomping as opposed to, well, I guess it was always something you bought if you were stomping, but I think it's gone down usefulness a lot lately. Either I think they need to drop the cost of oracles, or they need to give it more time, or maybe make it like the elixirs where they don't go away when you die. That's another good option, actually, because it's 400 gold for what you get is not really worth it that much. And it's so good to see my son so grown up with 10 kills. He just does so well. Oh, my son, where's he going? He's gone for the kill. And he's run between 2 towers with 3 people chasing him. And I'm split from the group. That's bad. Yep. I don't want to go into that fight. That fight looks bad. I keep trying to like find a place to go back in, but I'm like, no. No. And I agree with that. There was no real good place to come back in, aside from here. About here you can do something because you're close to the tower. Whoa! Diana, where were you going? Diana's like, I'm sorry, I must return to my people need me! She flies to the moon, comes back, hang on, you were my people. My bad, I got it wrong all the time. All along. No, she got it wrong all the time. Diana, she gets it wrong all the time. That's a new character statement. And so Draven's going to go farm bottom. That's cool. You've got to make sure when you're just trying to constantly push mid lane, which is a valid strategy, I suppose, but you've got to make sure that the other lanes are being pushed out as well. So that way you can distract them from the mid and you can push further. So Draven kills them and he comes back. Until Draven comes back, though, we really don't want to start too much of a fight. Because Ashe is getting stronger. Garen and Kha'Zix are fairly powerful as well. So you really don't want to start a fight without your fed AD carry. Yeah, I know Darius is strong. And, you know, Diana's doing fairly well. But even so, you do not really want to engage a fight without your most fed ADC. Especially not 30 minutes into the game. So at this point it's getting kind of scary. It's just nothing but team fights. And it's a little bit all random all mid as well. Except it's the old style all random all mid where you could eventually lose to the side turrets being destroyed. No, ghosts. Okay. With the safety of the AD carry, then you just want to start stunning whoever's around to get the kills. Meanwhile, Diana's off being an assassin on the entire other side of the battlefield and getting all the kills. And an Alpha Strike does amazing work. So I think the first step of every support should be still, if your AD carry is fed, you want to just keep supporting your AD carry. If your AD carry has had problems at the start of the game, then you probably want to make sure they stay off whoever's going to do the most damage. Usually it's the AD carry, of course, but if it's not the AD carry, you just need to support whoever it is. So if it's your AP, you want to support them the most. If it's your top laner, you want to support your top laner the most. Either way, you just want to be wherever you need to be. Obviously. Alright, and with a ward here, and a ward here, and them getting problems with their base, a Baron has started. This is a pretty safe Baron, I like to think. You've got enough wards to know you're safe, and they're not really coming around anytime soon. Diana goes out just to keep them away. I always like the diversionary attack, because they can't go all in if there's someone there. And once Baron's down, then you're really in a good place. So everyone can start pushing wherever they want to. What am I buying? Okay, I've got an Aegis of the Legion, that's great. Oh, and it's turned into a Runic Bulwark at the exact same time that... Well, not at the exact same time. Okay, so Darius is also building a Runic Bulwark. Maybe I could have paid a bit more attention on that one and not built the same thing. But what I have been building is a Hextech Revolver. Going to build that into the Will of the Ancients. As I said, I like to have this sort of AoE support thing going down. Okay, so they're flanked, and this is actually a really bad fight to be in. I steal Dragon somehow, And then I leave. And despite having no vision, we do okay. The Baron buff probably helps out a lot though. Those ghosts probably went out far too late. Alright, this fight looked like it went bad when I went off to chase one person. But it looks like we made up for it. If you get a stun on Nami, or if Darius was there. Oh, if there's a stun on Nami, she's in trouble. Come on, get the stun, get the stun, get the stun, get the stun. She's in trouble. And that is a death train of our own. If the train just catches up to you, you get crushed under the rails like a cow in an oncoming train situation. My analogy was better in my head before I started saying it.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Stay away from my son! And he gets killed by Draven. So Draven dies, but Draven takes 2 of them with him. Which, at this stage of the game, it's not a death sentence,
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
but it might as well be. And just trying to stun them, keeping them away from the team. But 2 inhibitors down. This one over here being pushed quite hard because they're getting no minions up here anymore. And so we just push it without waiting for minions. Because who has time for that? Yi goes in recklessly and bravely. But another tower down, this game is pretty much done. So, as I was saying before, the job of support is really to support, obviously. And once your AD carry is fed, you just keep that pressure going, just keep the momentum going, just help them however you can. Because a fed AD carry will win a game. As long as they don't do anything foolish like run into combat on their own or anything like that. And yeah, after that, you're fine. So I like Razzle Dazzle Taric. He does a lot of damage. He's really good support. I think he was actually pretty much a top banned character a few months ago. I don't know why that changed. Maybe it hasn't. I haven't been paying a lot of attention to the tournament scene at the moment, given the fact that it's pre-season. But yeah, with so many players down, they're pretty much done for. And that is this week's episode of League Inspections, so thank you for watching. Next week, I think I'm going to be looking at a Mumu, the sad mummy. He's a great little mummy, and we're going back to the jungle, where there are fun and games. You can wear everything you want as long as you are tamed. I think that's the song. So, until then, examine your replays, find out what went wrong, improve on it, and I'll see you next time.